The NFL wildcard weekend reminded us fast that records don't matter.
Yeah,
So,
and with the wild card weekend in the books, and before we look ahead, we just have to talk about what we just watched. Because this weekend it told us who's real and who just ran out of time. The first wild card game we'll break down is the Los Angeles Rams versus the Carolina Panthers. Because this game came down to one drive. Carolina wasn't scared. They came out aggressive. They traded punches all night. But late in the fourth quarter, Matthew Stafford had the football, and when that happens, everything slows down. Stafford led a calm, controlled drive, found his matchup, and delivered the game-winning touchdown. Your thoughts?
Matthew Stafford has been always good at game-winning drives, and Puka Nakua uh, got a touchdown. I did see that somewhere, and um, I'm pretty proud of Carolina for putting in some good efforts, and they made it a game at least. I thought it wouldn't even be a game, and they made it a game.
Yeah, I know. Classic playoff football, come down to one play, one drive, right? Who makes the big
Yep,
mistake?
yep.
Yeah. And Puka Nakua was everywhere. Big catches, big moments. He was built for this stage. The Panthers fought back. They had opportunities, but they couldn't stop that final possession. That must hurt for them. Bottom line, Carolina earned respect, but the Rams earned the win.
Yep.
Now we have the Bills versus Jaguars.
Yep.
Now the Bills versus Jaguars, because this one was absolutely chaos. Lead changes, momentum swings, a fourth quarter that refused to settle. Every time it felt like it was over, it wasn't. And once again, Josh Allen took control. Your thoughts?
Josh Allen, as we said in the previous video, that he would have to be the star, and he was, and their defense came up big in the final possession and got a pick, and uh, but the Jaguars went blow for blow. So,
Yeah, no, I'm shocked at how close it was. I thought the Bills would have killed them, but
in Buffalo they would have.
yeah,
But in Jacksonville, nah. Eh,
yeah.
In Buffalo, it would have been snow.
Yeah, that would have been tough for Jacksonville to play, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he had some big time throws, some big time runs. You know what they say, big time players make big time plays. And in the biggest moment, Allen delivered the go ahead score, a QB sneak from the 1 yard line with under a minute left. But Jacksonville didn't fold. They answered back, they pushed Buffalo to the edge, but when it mattered most, the Bills defense closed it out. And that's usually how playoff games are decided. It always comes down to the defense. Late turnover and game over. Bottom line, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't clean, but Buffalo survived and they moved on. And that's the name of the game in the NFL playoffs. It's all about surviving.
yep.
Now we have the Texans versus Steelers. The young QB versus the old man Rodgers. Your
The
thoughts
old
on this?
geezer.
Yeah, the old geezer.
Yep.
Your thoughts on this?
Um. Well, Roger got hit a lot. He should retire. He's 42 years old,
Yeah.
and that's not old in real life, folks. But in football life, that's old.
Yeah.
That's really old.
Yeah.
That's like a dinosaur.
Yeah. Well, you got to think because you have to move, right? So, you got to be very athletic to play football, and the older you get, you just can't move like that anymore.
No, no.
So, this one was over before it even felt close. The Texans killed the Steelers. Shout out to Ryan Zaltat. I'm sure he was very happy with the result.
Yes.
Houston came into Pittsburgh and set the tone immediately. They had pressure. They were faster than the Steelers. Steelers were uncomfortable from the start. And then the Texans defense didn't just stop drives, they scored. They had a big defensive fumble return for a touchdown, and they had a 50-yard interception return for a touchdown. And that pretty much put the game out of reach. Pittsburgh had no rhythm, no momentum, and no answers. CJ Stroud stayed calm, didn't force anything, and played winning football. Your thoughts on Pittsburgh?
Uh, they've been like this all year. I watched Pittsburgh a few times. Consistent. The old man again thinks he can be a young gunslinger when he doesn't even have the arm strength.
Yeah.
Uh, Pittsburgh defense is not like it was. So yeah.
Yeah, no. Bottom line, the Texans aren't ahead of schedule anymore. They have arrived. Your thoughts on the Texans winning their first road game of the playoff?
Uh, Good. It's harder to win on the road than at home. Because you travel, there's opposing fans.
Yeah,
Even though they don't really care about the opposing fans, they still are there. And just your routine changes. You go on the airplane, you eat at different places.
yeah, no, I was shocked for a young team that they just killed Pittsburgh. They made them look like they were nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. And now we have the 49ers versus San Francisco 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This felt like a fight from the opening snap. Physical, fast, every yard earned. San Francisco made plays, but drive stalled. Mistakes added up. Philadelphia stayed patient, controlled the line of scrimmage, and won in the trenches. Late in the game, though, the Eagles did what contenders do. They ran the ball, controlled the clock, but in the end, it wasn't enough. The San Francisco 49ers still won the game. Your thoughts on this game?
What amazing game. I'm happy for my uncle. Shout out Uncle Reg in Edmonton, Alberta. Um, um, he's a huge San Francisco 49er fan. And there will be a new Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no. And now we'll move on to the divisional round preview. Wildcard tested teams, divisional round will expose them. Let's look ahead. We have the Broncos versus Bills. Your thoughts?
oh, Bo Nick versus Josh Allen. And then Broncos defense. And Broncos at home in altitude. Could be snowing. You look what the weather could be.
Well, it's Denver, so it could be.
Yeah, it could be snowy.
It'll be cold, that's for sure.
Yeah, cold. Cold, yeah.
Yeah. It's experience versus opportunity. Denver is going to go in very loose. They're going to be the more physical team because they're at home. They'll have the crowd behind them. And they're playing with nothing to lose. I think all the pressure is on Buffalo in this game. But Buffalo has been here before. The key thing to watch, what happens when Josh Allen gets out of the pocket and extends the plays? Will the Broncos be able to contain him? Because once he gets outside the pocket, he changes the game fast. Denver wants to slow it down, run the ball, and control the clock. But if this turns into a shootout, that favors Buffalo. Prediction? What's your prediction for this game, Jordan?
Oh god. Um uh do I uh I'm gonna go Broncos.
Yeah. I think Buffalo pulls it out.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Now we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. And this one is personal. These teams know each other, no surprises. Key thing to watch, can Seattle's offensive line survive the 49ers pass rush? Because if they can't, this gets ugly. Your thoughts?
yeah, your O line is one of your big pieces, and you can protect your quarterback, then you're done.
Yeah. San Francisco wants to dominate up front, win early down, control the game. Seattle needs explosive plays. They need them early. What's your prediction for this game?
My prediction is could be rain in Seattle, so that could make it interesting. Uh, the uh Seattle, Seattle takes it.
Yeah, I think the 49ers wear Seattle down, and I think the 49ers take this game and they move on. Now
Okay.
we have the Texans versus Patriots. Texans versus Patriots might be the chess match of the weekend. Youth versus discipline. Houston played fast and fearless. New England played patient and precise. Key thing to watch is how will youth versus experience factor in? Your thoughts on this?
Well, experience always wins. To be honest, CJ Stroud isn't a rookie, but he hasn't went this far in the playoff. Where Drake May is a more. It's only his second year, so they're kind of both rookies. I don't get why. Instead, the matchup was experience. That kind of wrong because
Oh, they're both rookies?
they're both Drake May's in his second year, and
Oh, okay.
Uh, Stroud is in his fourth or third.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's my bad. That's blame the note guy for that. I made a mistake. Yeah, and what's your prediction for this game?
Uh, New England strong boy. Uh, who gets home?
New England is at home.
Okay, so they're going to Foxborough. If it's at night, probably New England.
Yeah,
If it's day, Houston could, but if it snows, then New England.
yeah. I said this before the playoffs started. Houston is the hottest team going into the playoffs. I think they ride it all the way to the Super Bowl. I
Yeah.
think Houston beats Patriots. Now we have the Los Angeles Rams versus the Chicago Bears. How about
Yep.
that game? How about that game on the wild card? Chicago Bears versus Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, that was a good one. Uh,
Yeah, the Bears were down 21-3 at half, and then they scored 25 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win. That was unbelievable.
yes, it
And
was.
it's Caleb Williams, the young guy, versus the experienced guy, uh, Matthew Stafford. Who handles the pressure moment better? Can Chicago generate pressure without blitzing? And can they cover the Rams receivers? Your thoughts on this?
Uh, the Chicago defense is bad. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about Adams and Puka Nakua. But at the same time, they came back and won already. So they've proven it to win in the playoff. But I think overall the Rams will take it.
Yeah.
In my heart, I want Chicago, but I think the Rams will take it.
Yeah. And as every playoff game, an early start will be important. And it will be the Bears secondary versus the Rams offense. That'll be the key matchup to watch. And my prediction for this game is I think the Rams win this one. I think they have more experience, and I think they edge out Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, well, final thoughts for the divisional round, and then we'll wrap it up.
It should be a fun divisional round. There's lots of games, so enjoy it. Hope you have a good time Saturday and Sunday, or maybe, Saturday and Sunday. And thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and goodbye.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.